It's Big Iron Realty's Fridays in the Field. I'm Clay Patton. We're once again south of Minden, Nebraska on the Olson family farm. Behind me is the seed corn field that we've been following in the 2019 growing season. In our last segment, we talked with Brock Emery, son-in-law to the Olson family, and he's making his way back onto the family operation. Now we go to Steve to get the latest in a growing update on this seed corn.
In the midst of detasseling, the machines have cut the tassels off. Then another machine comes in and pulls the majority of tassels, and then kids will come in and take the remaining tassels off the females. The male, of course, is the tassels still there, and we're hoping that those coordinate, and the timing is pretty good on the male and the female. The silk's coming out when the pollen's out there to shed that pollen.
As we continue in the late summer, heat is going to be critical, and Steve is closely watching pollination.
The timing is important, but we've actually had pretty ideal weather right here. Our pollination should be pretty good at this time. We've had some rain. Our irrigation is kept up. We're hoping for good results on the pollination.
Aside from the cash crop of seed corn behind me, there's also been the cover crop of winter wheat on the outskirts of many fields. Since our last segment, the Olsons were able to fire up the harvester and roll through it.
Some of the wheat obviously was a cash crop. We get to the elevator. We save some of it back for the cover crop. We get that cleaned. We try to take the very best areas. We're trying to keep the weeds out of this as much as we can, and then we get it cleaned, and we had good yields on wheat. Wheat is one of my base cover crops. I mean, we add things to the wheat, but it's the basic cover crop.
Soil health is an important topic on the Olson family farm, and while late summer is not the most ideal time to test for soil health, Steve does let us in on what type of soil health tests they run in the fall.
We have consultants that come out. I can't say that we do a lot of things this time of the year with the soil. We have worked with the University of Nebraska and done some comparisons on what's called the Haney test. We take that over to Ward Laboratories and try to do a little more detailed work of it. But most of ours soil testing is done in the fall after the harvest. And typically you try to do that the same time every year, whether it's in the fall or in the spring. We'll test for nitrates and different things. We'll take a deep sample, 36 inches, and then again we'll take a 12-inch sample and work from there.
Through the use of cover crops as well as minimal and no-till type farming systems, Steve says he's been able to increase his organic matter, and those results have shown in the soil health tests. An important topic during this year's Fridays in the Field has been family farm transition on the Olson family farm. In our last segment, we talked with Brock Emery, who talked about bouncing ideas off of Steve when he had a question about farming. And this time we learned that Steve also listens to those questions because sometimes a new idea is formed.
I think listening to other people is key. I think we do way too much talking and not enough listening. So I guess my suggestion would be to listen to some of the young people. Some of their ideas won't work, but let them make the mistakes just like we all made mistakes when we were younger moving through. Some of those things are going to prove out to be really good. One of the examples is Brock was talking about trying to put some seed in seed production fields earlier. So he has a spinner that he could take out. We put some annual ryegrass in that spinner and we spread it out, and now we're just starting to see a little bit of it come up now. We're going to see how that works, whether we can go forward with some of that. That might be something that we see. And it was his idea to try to put that spinner together.
For Big Iron Realty's Fridays in the Field, I'm Clay Patton.
As a farmer, you are self-reliant. But when it comes to selling your farmland, it's hard to go at it alone. You need a real estate company you can lean on to guide you through the complex issues. Trust Big Iron Realty. We are the experts in selling land, but more importantly, we do things the right way. Our family values paired with today's technologies provide you with the selling experience you deserve. Big Iron Realty.